All right, Lit List.
At the last show. Ooh.
I'm very excited for our Deshaun Watson.
For all, yes. I was thinking.
No,
about,
Deshaun is ours.
No,
we
yeah.
rode for Deshaun from the very beginning.
And it was very sad when he went down.
We were very, very upset about it, and we had to make personal changes to make sure that didn't happen again.
Yes, he was our Baker.
Yes, he was our Baker.
He was.
And he was actually Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes. And everyone's kind of like surprised, feeling like there's like a bit of surprise about how well Deshaun Watson's playing, which confuses me because I'm like, wasn't he playing like this before he went down? I don't know.
But he still had Bill O'Brien as a coach, so there's always going to be limitations.
There was some skepticism, right. Yes. They've won 8 straight. And then the first team in NFL history to win 8 in a row after going 0-3, which is something.
Yes.
And everyone pretty much wrote them off. And I would just like to remind everybody that the Dolphins started 3-0. So let's just maybe stop predicting Super Bowls 3 games into the season.
You don't have to tell Colin that he had the Dolphins in his hurt
hierarchy. I did have to do that. You know what it is? Because the Dolphins get on my nerves. So I need to point that out. But Deshaun's playing great. He's thrown 39 touchdowns in his first 18 career games, which is 3rd in NFL history behind Kurt Warner and Dan Marino. Good company. Mm-hmm. And his 70 rushing yards on Monday were a career best, and he tied Matt Schaub's franchise record by throwing a touchdown pass in his 16th straight game. So shout out to Deshaun Watson. Yes. And I like the Texans playing well. I think the Texans are actually a fun team.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see what they do in the playoffs, and I think Deshaun is going to actually bring a Super Bowl to them.
I was last night watching them,
and they did an emotional game too because our owner just died. So there was like, there's like that's a tough game to come into. You got the energy, and you got this silent moment of silence.
The game may have been. I'm not okay.
Yeah, that's smart by you. Mm-hmm. Okay, next, the NBA Finals are not locked anymore for the first time in a while, which is very, very exciting. Thank you to all the moves made by all the stars to make this possible. Thank you. Shout out to Draymond Green for causing problems for the Warriors. We appreciate that because now nobody has any idea what's going on. I'm not going to panic on the Warriors just yet. I know everybody's like, oh, it's over.
Right. No,
the dynasty's over. They're not going to win four straight finals. We know that, but I still think that they're going to win this year. And look, the Raptors
Clippers?
Look amazing. Okay, the thing about the standings right now is it's gonna change day to day. Like it always changes, like from day to day, who's gonna be at the top of the West. But it's very open right now. So after the All-Star break, it's going to be very interesting to see who's playing well. The Celtics are no longer a lock for the finals. They're 11-10 or 10-11. I can't remember which one it is, but they're basically 500 team right now.
Yeah. And
they've got a lot of issues going on, which I kind of had some skepticism about how easily Gordon Hayward and Kyrie were just going to integrate into that team anyway.
Right.
But it's not looking that great for them right now. And then he just said the panic button is about to be pushed. So
I'm mad at Brad Stevens for making me a liar because of all the things he was supposed to be the protection around the Celtics, a good coach, a smart coach who knows what he's doing, who knows how to change up. And these young guys are the same guys they were last year, unfortunately.
And the Western Conference is very interesting. I mean, Jimmy Butler, before I move on, Jimmy Butler has clearly been a great addition. Hey, just so know, I'm not an NBA expert or anything, but Jimmy Butler likes to step back to the right and shoot 3. I'm just saying. Like maybe push him the other way.
Especially in the fourth. With a couple seconds left.
You guys clearly watch tape. Right. I don't, but it seems like that's what he does. In the Western Conference, every team except for the Suns is at least 4.5 games back of the number 1 seed. So lots of movement there. Very exciting. Watch out for the Lakers. Like I said.
I tell you what, LeBron James moved over to the West and made the East the West and the West the East.
Yeah. And it's great. It's great. And it's very interesting, and
a lot of people are having problems with it.
It was a perfect move for the NBA because now it's very interesting for the first time in a while. Right. It's not going to be just the Cavs and the Warriors in the finals. Well, we know the Cavs aren't going to be there. Sorry about it. And finally, if you want to say some nice things about Notre Dame, it's just for you.
Well, Notre Dame is lit. After the college football playoffs was introduced 5 years ago, and there was a lot of stink on Notre Dame as a football program going to the national championship game and losing, getting embarrassed to Alabama, proving that Alabama was in another class. I think it's going to happen again. Not that Notre Dame will lose, but Notre Dame's in the playoffs. Notre Dame is officially in the playoffs, Joy. That is very, very exciting. I was at the USC game. It was terrible. sitting there and watching that terrible football be played and ending with a win that felt dirty and nasty, backing away into the playoffs. Backing our way into the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
You did do that.
It's gross. And I hate to say it, and I love Notre Dame, and I love our chances for everything, but we're not winning a national championship game. But it's very important to recruiting and our franchise going forward that we make the playoffs.
I'm proud of you for keeping it real.
Yes.
Also, Michigan got stomped. Woo! What was that?
Another. If we're talking about Notre Dame wins on the season, yeah, you're good.
What
Good point.
was that? So the playoffs
them
are college football playoff rankings are going to come out tonight. But shout out to Notre Dame, good win, and Ohio State, I guess. And I mean, basically, it's going to be Bama, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Georgia. And
I think Oklahoma deserves to be in the game. We're talking about deserves. I think Oklahoma should be in the top. Should be in the top 4 for the playoffs. Maybe even over Notre Dame, just in the sense of like what team looks the best. But you can't take Notre Dame out.
No. It's definitely going to be Bama, Clemson, and Notre Dame for sure. The fourth one could go either way.